I am from Russia. Today I came to visit the matchmaking market in Chengdu. Look over there. The men are dancing, so beautiful and full of energy. The atmosphere is so lively. There are so many people here. In China, it seems like everyone comes to the matchmaking market to find a partner. How interesting. In Russia, we don't have matchmaking markets like this. We only use dating apps. Oh, I see they list all the information here. Wow, they even include height and income levels? Ha ha, that's so unusual. Oh, the conditions of these men seem quite good. But I have a question. Why don't they provide photos on these profiles? I really want to know what they look like. Can I bring my parents here to choose a husband for me? Haha. Chinese men are almost being snatched away by foreign women. Recently, several foreign girls have come to our dating agency looking for partners, including those from Russia and Ukraine. Each of them has fair skin, good looks, and long legs.
Men going their own way has destroyed the dating economy. What's happening now, and I warned about this, men leaving the West. Now you have women who are traveling to some of these countries where men are being taken advantage of, being treated poorly, to go and take these men. I warned y'all years ago that we were going to start seeing this happening, where it's going to be like the American Idol of competing for a man, where you're going to have every country around the world competing for Western men. All right, and that includes Chinese men. Because if you look at how poorly Chinese men are treated in Chinese society by Chinese women and society, it's horrible. Okay? Bride prices, dowries, these women with crazy expectations, and tons of paternity fraud. So men are now walking away from relationships and dating. And some are choosing to abstain from relationships entirely. And women don't know what to do. Watch the end of the video to fully understand the implications of men abandoning these societies and the impact it's going to have on women and society going forward. Also, don't forget to check out the China Social Trends channel. We're going to be checking out their video today, and their video will be linked in the description of this video. And don't forget to follow us on Rumble. Things are not so wonderful on YouTube, so go and follow us over on Rumble. It's linked in the description of the video. We're continuing our migration over to Rumble, and a lot of our content will become exclusive over there. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video after a message from Angry's Crypto Academy. So guys, you know the economy is not well. The financial system is on the brink. ATMs will freeze and the banks could close their doors. Your assets are at serious risk. Discover how to protect your wealth with cryptocurrency. At Angry's Crypto Academy, you'll master the skills to buy, sell, trade, and invest in the most secure coins. Plus, uncover 4 coins that virtually no one is talking about, poised to create new millionaires in the upcoming bull run. Click the link in the video description below to find out what these coins are and join the academy today.
At first I thought Chinese men would reject them, but to my surprise the men were very interested. Within just a few days these foreign girls had all found partners. I asked these men about it, and they all said that foreign girls offer much better value than Chinese girls. Many Chinese girls want a house, a car, and a bride price. And when they go back home, they expect to be treated like royalty, which is exhausting. But foreign girls are different. Not only do they not ask for cars, houses, or a bride price, but they also take great care of the family. It's really too comfortable. It seems that, in the future, cross-border marriages will truly be the trend. In recent years, foreign women entering the Chinese market with lower bride price costs have sparked discussions about whether international marriage policies should be relaxed. Some argue that allowing more foreign women to become Chinese spouses could alleviate the marriage difficulties faced by rural men, as the domestic demands for bride price, houses, and cars make it difficult for many to afford, resulting in extremely high marriage costs. However, there are also many opponents who believe this could disrupt China's matchmaking market. Many men who have already married foreign women have come forward to say that foreign brides, especially women from Southeast Asia, are hardworking and have lower demands, making them a good choice for rural young men.
See, guys, men are done with this nonsense. Women are panicking over in China. They can find themselves a good wife in the Philippines. They can find themselves, you have women from Russia, all right, that are fit, feminine, and friendly, going over to China and finding a hardworking man who is willing to provide them with, everything they need so that they can be wives and mothers. And they don't have to pay these women a bride price. They don't have to do anything. Guess what? In China, it's all about having a fair complexion. It's all about having whiter skin. So why would these men basically compromise for a Chinese woman when the reality is that they actually want a European woman, a woman that has European traits? Do you get what I'm saying, right? And if they want an Asian woman, well, they can always just get an East Asian woman from another country that is fit, feminine, and friendly. They can get a nice woman from Thailand. They can get a very good woman from the Philippines that is hardworking, that is kind, that is compassionate. All right. Some of these men will even take a woman from Africa. I know this for a fact because there are videos of Chinese men who have African wives. Okay. So these men are 100% tired of the BS that's going on in westernized societies, and they're now walking away from these societies and making it clear that they're not going to tolerate it anymore. They're not going to put up with the nonsense anymore. And of course, the people who are trying to stop these types of marriages from occurring are the most corrupt individuals amongst us that have the most to gain from this and keeping the scam going. No one in their right minds should be getting married right now. But if you're going to do it, definitely don't do it in a westernized society. Do not do it in the United States. Do not do it in Australia. Do not do it in Canada. You sure as hell better not do it in China. So, because don't forget this, a country without its men is not a country. A country without its men is a wasteland. These women, just like in the United States, who don't like the passport kings, they don't, it's the same thing over in China right now. These women, they also don't like the passport kings, and they don't like women who are coming to China to come and snatch up these men. Because I told you they want these women around the world. There's a lot of women around these world who are attracted to men with these features. All right. If you go to the Philippines or let's say Japan, you go to Japan, there's a lot of Japanese women who want black men, but they also want white men. All right. But a lot of black guys are popular in Japan. All right. If you go to the Philippines, it's 50-50 over there. You can black guys, white guys, you can find something. There are women over there who want both. If you go to Thailand, they really like white guys in Thailand. You can find as a black guy, you can find a woman who will like you in Thailand, but preferably they're going to want they like white guys more over there. You know, but it does not make any real difference. It really does not make a difference. If it's as a black guy or as a white guy, you're going to find yourself a woman who desires you, who wants you, and who's going to be fit, feminine, friendly, and submit to you. Versus Western society, where you're told on a regular basis that we don't like you, we don't want you, we don't need you, and then and then you're basically just sent on your way. So these women are coming. This is something I didn't even anticipate, where these women from other countries will start to just go to these countries where the men are that they want. So these women from Russia, they're going to China to go and pick up these men. They're not even guys. I never saw this coming. I did not see this coming at all. I think because what we thought was, men were going to travel around the world to go and look for women. What we never ever considered is that women from these other countries will travel to go and find the men that they want. If women from Japan want American men and they're not finding the men that they want in Japan, they want a larger number of men to choose from. They're going to take a trip to the United States. They don't have to move there permanently, but they will take a trip to the United States for what, 2, 3 months, and go look for a man in the United States. They'll find if they want a white guy that's from Nashville, they'll go to Nashville. If they want a black dude, they will go to New York or LA. They will go where they will go and find the men where they want to find them. And just like look at Soraya. Soraya, she came from Germany. She's a Turkish woman, but she was raised in Germany. She left Germany, came to New York. Then after then after coming to New York, went to Philly, saw her husband in Philly, and that was it. And she was like, I see this man, I want this man, I'm going to get this man. That was it. That was it. That's how these women operate. So modern women are between these modern women don't realize the competition that is coming. They can't compete with these women. These women will hop on a plane and fly in from Turkey. They will fly in from Germany. They will fly in from Russia. They will fly into the countries where the men are that they want, and then they will choose from those men. And all these women have to do is basically exist at this point. Because when you look at how bad the behavior is of the individuals who are in these countries, how badly they're treating men, you realize very quickly, yeah, this is not going to this is not going to fly. These women are who are fit, feminine, and friendly, and actually have some utility to offer. These men are going to There's going to be no shortage of good men that want these women. All right. And a lot of these women are more than happy to get into a relationship with a man from even the country, because they're like, okay, well, this man is hardworking. You know, all right. He lives in the country, but what does he have in the country? He has land of his own. He has money. All right. He's not rich, but he has land. He has family. We can work on that. Okay. It's a marriage is a business. It's a partnership. When you have someone to support you, it allows you to do a lot more. So a guy who lives in the country, he might not be living in the greatest of homes, but if he has a good woman by his side, it could guide him towards, okay, well, I have someone who can help hold me down. Let's build a better house. We're not going to live in a mansion, but let's build a better house. All right. And let's expand a bit, and let's do this and this and this. And because my wife is from this country, we can move between the two different countries, and maybe we can import different things and make money that way as well. You see, marrying a foreign woman, for a lot of men, a good foreign woman opens up a lot of advantages. There was this guy, I was watching one of the Passport King channels. There was this guy who went over to He's from the United States. He went, he met a woman online, and she was into him, and she flew him out to Germany. And they basically, after, after talking, they were like, regardless if they stay together or not, he thinks she thought he would be a good father. She thought he would be, she thought he would be a good father. He thought she would be a good mother. They realized that even if they're not going to get married, they would do well together raising a child. And that's exactly what they did. And he's not she wanted his facial, she wanted his characteristics. It was a black guy from America. And she wanted, there's these women in these countries who want those children, those features for their children. And she flew this guy out. He ended up getting a job over in Germany. They have a child together, and she's his ex girlfriend at this point. But it's like they get along just fine. They're raising children just fine together, and they basically knew collectively, like, they could raise children together even if they stayed together. Like, it wasn't like, okay, well, we're in love and we're gonna go get married. It was literally like, we could do well together as parents. And that's exactly what they did. And now he doesn't have to worry about, like, because he has a child in Germany, he basically can just stay in the country. He has an entirely different kind of visa, so it doesn't matter if he's a citizen or not, because he has a child in the country. And there's a lot of opportunities that open up for the average man by being in a relationship with a foreign woman, including the ability to now remain in those countries indefinitely, and getting access to things that a lot of men in other countries don't, like learning a new language, which can open up your world and ideas and things that are available to you. It's a massive thing. Absolutely massive. I keep telling you guys that one of the best things you should be doing is not focusing on women, but instead focusing on crypto, because the financial system is on the brink. ATMs are going to freeze, and banks are going to close their doors, and your assets are at serious risk. So discover how to protect your wealth with cryptocurrency at Angry's Crypto Academy. You'll master the skills to buy, sell, trade, and invest in the most secure coins. Plus, uncover 4 coins that virtually no one is talking about, poised to create new millionaires in the upcoming bull run. Click the link in the video description below to find out what these cryptos are and join the academy today. So I mean, guys, you need to really be on your P's and Q's, all right? You know, because these women do not like us, they do not want us. You know, as white men, they don't want us. As black men, they don't want us. As Asian men, they don't want us. As Hispanic men, they don't want us. They want Chad, Tyrone, Ray, Pookie, and Enrique. Okay, and of course Poncho, because they love Poncho. They don't want us as men, regardless of the color of our skin. They don't want us. They want the bad dudes. They want the dudes that don't want them. All right, so that's why I constantly say, go where you are appreciated, go where you are celebrated. Do not waste your time on these women. Do not waste your time on people who do not want you. Don't be, let me make this clear. I'm not speaking poorly of women. I'm talking about the people in Western society that do not want us, disrespect us, and treat us extremely poorly.
This is because the domestic requirements for bride price, houses, and cars are extremely burdensome, making marriage equivalent to exhausting all savings and family assets. Marrying foreign women is a feasible option due to these high domestic marriage costs. In fact, foreign women marrying in China is not a new phenomenon. Many Chinese men have married foreign brides several years ago. Chinese men have a good reputation internationally for being hardworking, ambitious, and family-oriented. For Southeast Asia, a monthly income of 5,000 yuans, or about $700, is considered high, so these women have lower demands for living conditions and do not require houses, cars, or bride prices, as long as the man treats them well. In contrast, some Russian women's families even give cars, houses, or land as gifts during marriage in China. Due to the long-term excessive adulation of women by capital, some women's standards for choosing a spouse have become unrealistic, making it difficult for men with a monthly income below 10,000 yuan, or about $1,400, to succeed in the matchmaking market. Nevertheless, marrying foreign brides also comes with issues such as language barriers, cultural differences, varying dietary habits, and incompatible mindsets, all of which need to be carefully considered.
跨国婚姻会成为主流，中国女人会越来越难嫁。
Future international marriages may become mainstream, making the marriage market for Chinese women increasingly difficult. According to data surveys, over half of the men in our country are open to international marriages. Recently, a local guy from Shanghai successfully started a relationship with a Russian girl studying here through our dating platform, and now they are preparing for their wedding. He told me that initially he had never thought about finding a foreign girl. Since he turned 26, he had been on blind dates with 60 to 70 girls.
Let me explain this to y'all. This is the big. All right, I'm going to tell y'all something. So when I lived in Mexico, I had a good friend. This guy was awesome. But he asked me, what kind of women do I like, right? Like, do you like the darker skinned women or do you like the lighter skinned women? Now, he was actually not, he wasn't dark, but he had like tan skin. He was a Mexican guy with like tan skin. He was a handsome, good looking guy. However, he asked me what kind of women do I like. So I was like, I mean, I like the ones with whiter skin. And he goes, me too. And then he shows me a picture of his girlfriend and she's white. Because there are actually things that people don't know about Mexicans are there are a lot of white skinned Mexicans because of Spanish mixture. So it's not like not everyone is like has like Indian features. You have a lot of very just like straight white people in Mexico. So his girlfriend was a white girl, and I just kind of point this out that in a lot of countries, a lot of Hispanic countries, and a lot of Hispanic countries, Caribbean countries, Asian countries, even in Japan, the for a lot of people, the desire is for women with whiter skin. It is there's a it's the truth. It's the truth. Women with lighter skin. It's something that they chase in many countries. Africa, Africa, China, Japan, even the Philippines. There's a big desirability for women with whiter skin. Okay, Thailand. So think about it carefully. And it's not just whiter skin, but a lot of them want the European features, the lighter colored eyes, and so forth. It's almost an exotic thing. So these men from China never even thought about the fact that, wait, we can just go and get, there are white women or women with with these features who want us. So we don't have to settle for Chinese women who look who basically kind of look like white women. We can just go and get white women, or white women are just going to come to us and we can get these women. All right? And this is how things are going to start to go. I never, this is something I completely missed. I did not think about this possibility. I mean, Soraya had mentioned it. She talked about saying that, women overseas will compete for these men, but I never really thought about her words very, very carefully. That, I said it was going to be like the American Idol and women are going to try to attract these men. I never realized women are going to jump onto planes and fly to these countries, or they're going to fly out these men. So if you meet a woman, if a woman meets you online, if you meet a woman online in another country like Germany, a lot of there's are doesn't even Germany, Japan, it doesn't matter. A lot of these women will fly you out. There's a lot of women who will fly you out. If you have the qualities and characteristics that they want, they will fly you out. Soraya flew, she met her husband. Soraya, I cannot. I think Soraya is incredible, but she is crazy. How she, like, her entire story of how she came to the U.S. and everything else. Oh my God, her story was wild. There's a video where she talks about the whole thing. I found the video. I was like, oh my gosh, so this is your story, not Soraya. But it's just like, she actually ended up flying her husband out. She paid the entire thing. Like, I guess she had worked, saved money, and she basically spent all of that money. She basically took that money and to use that money to help to take care of her husband, right? The guy that would become her husband. And this is how these women are. If they find a man that they want, this is why I tell y'all, if she is like, I'm not saying that she should, I've said this before jokingly, but I'm also kind of serious. Like, if she's not simping for you, she's not into you. If a woman does not make it clear to you that she wants you, she wants to be with you, if she's not doing things for you, if she's not being kind for you, if she's not sending you that good morning text, that good night text, if she is not cooking for you, cleaning for you, worried about how you are feeling, how your emotions are you doing good mentally? If she is not, if she is not making sure that your balls are empty and your belly is full, she is not the one for you. You're not supposed to have to do nice things for her to do nice things for you. You're the prize, okay? I'm being so serious. This is not being sassy. This is being real. Okay, and Sarai has said this: women overseas will compete for men. No one truly understood just how serious those words were until now. These women will fly out of their countries, they will leave their countries, then they will go overseas to go and get these men, and they will take these men. Guys, these women are flying into China right now, flying in and scooping up these men and getting these men from the country. And over half of all men in China right now are open to having international brides. Let me tell you something. Tell you this right now. Right now, it's over half. A lot of the men, a lot of the men who likely don't know anything about, like, that are not open to it right now. If they meet one of these women that has a light complexion, that's fit, feminine, and friendly, they're not going to say no. They are not going to say, most of them, like probably 97% of these men are not going to say no. Because if you have a good woman, a beautiful woman, you know, you're not like, for example, I think this girl is like, I am not really into I'm not really into black women. I'm being real. But, if a attractive woman, like, let's say Tyler, who is fit, feminine, friendly, cook, clean. That's a South African singer. Girl is a complete baddie. Was like, it was into me, and she really wanted to be in a relationship with me, and she really went out on the deep end. I mean, I'm not this. I probably wouldn't say no, because even though I'm not necessarily attracted to black women, if she's an really attractive black woman, and she's going to do for me, that's, she's going to be a really good woman, and she's simping hard for me, I'm going to say, well, I'm not really interested in black girls, but she's a baddie, she's a sweetie, she really wants to be with me. So she checks off all these other boxes. So even though she's not, I prefer Japanese women. Like I am so serious. Like if that's my complete preference, Japanese women. Like it's like I'm very very firm on it. Like only Japanese women. Like I'm so like I think a lot of Filipinos are absolutely beautiful. I think a lot of Filipinos are absolutely beautiful, and I don't think I'd have any problems getting into a relationship with a Filipina, but my preference is unfortunately Japanese. I am so miserably firm on it. It pisses me off a little bit. It like angers the hell out of me how firm I am when it comes to a Japanese woman. But I mean, like if I really met a really nice girl who was like just she was my simp. She was really beautiful, pretty, and like she really really wanted to. Yeah, fine. She may win me over. She likes anime, cool. But when you look at China right now, you have to realize men are men, and a lot of these men, even if they wanted a Chinese woman, they will compromise for a woman who is fit, feminine, and friendly, and is simping for them, and is going to make their life is going to make their little Johnny got little. They're going to make the little head hard instead of their lives. There's a saying like make his member hard, not his life. And and women in Western society, it's like they went too far. They've jumped the shark. Like if there's nothing left. There's no going back. Dating has changed forever. Relationships have changed forever. Women in Western society, they don't even know there's guys, they're still creating all of these problems in the relationships between men and women. They're not even looking at statistics because they only operate on feelings. Like less than 1% of men in the United States are getting married right now. Half of all women will be childless and single in 2030. Out of every two women of reproductive age will be single. That's a massive number of women. So, massive number of women. And all of these investment companies are investing in cat food and boxed wine right now, which is what some of y'all have been saying, like, guys, gents, invest in cat food and boxed wine. That's what these investment companies are doing. They're investing in cat food and boxed wine because they realize that these women are going to be endlessly single for the rest of their lives. All right. And they're going to be miserable. And of course, they're not paying any attention because it's like less than 1% of men are getting married in the United States, and women are still behaving the way that they are, treating the men the way that they are. For something like this to happen, you have to understand these people do not like us. They do not like us. This is 100% HATE, and they do not like us. And they're not even paying attention. They're like, despite the fact that men are leaving Western society, dropping out of society, they're continuing to push even harder. Guys, this is why I say, like, don't focus on relationships, don't focus on dating, focus on getting your money. No man has ever lost women chasing money, but many men have lost money chasing women. The financial system is on the brink. ATMs will freeze and banks will close their doors. Your assets are 100% at serious risk. Discover how to protect your wealth with cryptocurrency. At Anger's Crypto Academy, you'll master the skills to buy, sell, trade, and invest in the most secure coins, plus uncover 4 coins that virtually no one is talking about, poised to create new millionaires in the upcoming bull run. Click the link in the video description below to find out what these coins are, what these cryptos are, and join the academy today.
Girls demanded an 880,000 yuan, approximately 122,000 US dollars dowry, along with a house and a car, while others expected him to be solely responsible for taking care of the children.
So they are demanding in China, there you go, over $100,000 dowry from Chinese men in China. $700, a salary of $700 for in a lot of places in China can provide a good life. 700 US dollars can provide a decent life in China for a lot of people. And for a lot of foreign women are more than happy to be in a relationship with a man in China making a salary of 700 US dollars. because things are cheaper in China. Something. So like I said, they can have they can have a house or a decent apartment. They will have food. They will have pretty much everything that they need. These women from these countries, they know how to cook. So they look at it like this, from like, well, he makes a good salary, he makes a decent living. We have, the cost of living is lower than in Russia. So we're able to live relatively comfortably, and I can take care of I can have children, I can take care of said children. And it's a different experience, because I now also have the ability, because I'm married to a Chinese man, to travel back and forth to China as well as Russia. So it opens up the world even more for me, and my children are going to be special, because if you go to Russia, what do you see? Mostly white people. So my children are going to have unique features. Will it be harder for them, being in a country where most people are solely white? If were to raise them in Russia, sure. Or could it be harder in China? Sure. But they're going to be unique. And even if they struggle a little when they are growing up, those unique features will open up more opportunities for them when they become adults. And I'm telling you that it's such a big difference when you have a woman that has this perspective versus a Chinese woman who is just looking at things like, I just want more. Like, it's all about more and something else, and that's it. And what have you done for me lately? Who in their right mind? In the United States, most people do not have $100,000 in savings, and Chinese women want $100,000 or $1 million dowries. Like, who, guys, this is insane. Bride prices. This is insane. They don't realize what they have done. No man, guys, anyone who would ask you for something like that and then call it love they are delusional. They are 100% delusional. This is why men going their own way has destroyed the dating economy, because men are no longer tolerating the garbage, and they are no longer putting up with this. They are choosing to walk away, or downright avoid relationships entirely, and focus on themselves, their own happiness, and their relationship with God. Let me know your thoughts on everything we discussed here, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, Men Walking Away. And
nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.